finished up making breakfast for the day. We have a little yogurt bowl, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, some chocolate chips, and some honey. And then I have kind of just like a scrambled egg concoction. So I have scrambled eggs, peppers, cheese, and sausage. I would throw tomatoes in there as well, but I made some for me and Timmy doesn't love tomatoes, so we skipped out on the tomatoes today. And then AJ's is super similar to mine. He has the same yogurt that I have. He has a plain bagel, some strawberries, and then some sausage. Breakfast is served. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. What are you gonna have? Milk. Hello, good morning you guys, and welcome back to my channel. We are doing a what me and my toddler eat in a day today. So, I was about to do that without ice. Can't make a nice chai without ice. You guys obviously saw what we had for breakfast. Now I am making my chai. I literally just use, I don't even know how you would pronounce this brand. Sal? However you pronounce this brand. This is the brand that we use. I got a mason jar, some ice, fill that bad boy right on up. It's not working. I use these Chobani creamers. My favorite are either this sweet cream flavor or there is a vanilla flavor that I really like as well. We do a little bit of that. Mixer on it. Foam is arguably the best part of this whole thing, and I literally just use this cold foam. If you're not using this for your iced coffees, iced chai, you're genuinely missing out because this is so freaking good. And then if you're feeling a little spicy, I literally just do some caramel syrup on it. This is literally the one that you would use on an ice cream sundae, but this is the one that we use. Drizzle of that. And she's stunning. Our goal of pretty much every day of eating is to eat Mommy's chai, exactly. To eat as clean as possible, but also as realistic as possible, because not only do we have a toddler, but we also have a 9-week-old as well. So meals need to be practical, they need to be quick, they need to be easy, but we do try to eat as healthy as possible. Try to do as best as we can, but also do it as quick as we can, because that's just kind of life right now. So these are some of my favorite videos to watch, what people are making for their toddler, because toddlers can be really, really picky. We are super fortunate that AJ is a really good eater, so he typically doesn't have too much of a problem eating what we put in front of him. We also just kind of now know what he likes, but he's not super picky. And I would say that although we do give him normal kid snacks like goldfish and things like that, he does eat a fairly well-balanced diet. And he gets a little bit of everything in. Also at the same time, we're gonna have our snackies. We're gonna let AJ be a toddler, be a kid, and if he wants a piece of chocolate, I'm gonna give him a piece of chocolate. If he wants some goldfish, I'm gonna give him some goldfish. We try to eat clean and prioritize fruits and vegetables. And what? Not a piece of chocolate at 9 in the morning, but also balanced eating at the same time, where you can have the snacks, you can have the treats if you want to have the treats. It's not a big deal. We just try to make sure we have a little bit of everything, so that way we can grow up as big and strong as possible. You're a stinky boy. AJ takes one nap a day now, and it's right around anywhere between 11:15 to 11:30. And so by the time he wakes up, typically, if we're lucky, we're doing lunch around 1:30-ish. So it's a little bit too long from breakfast for him. Yeah. So it's a little bit too long for him to go without eating anything at all. So it is right about 10 o'clock now. We start the wind down process for a nap right around 10:45, where we put on a little bit of Bluey before he goes down so he can chill out a little bit. But right around 10 o'clock, we do a little snack. So today we are literally doing just flavor blasted goldfish. That way he has a little something in his stomach in case he does end up taking about a 2-hour nap. It's 1:30 and he's not absolutely starving. And he's not absolutely starving from not having eaten since 7:45 in the morning. Both kiddos are down for a nap now. And when I'm sipping on my Alani Nu energy drink, I'm doing Orange Kiss today. Basically, those are my two sources of energy every single day. I do my chai in the morning, and then if I am working out, I'll do an Alani energy drink. And I know that some people are very hit or miss when it comes to caffeine and breastfeeding, but I talked to my doctor, and what we agreed on is that it was safe safe if I did anywhere between 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. Everyone's baby is so different and is affected by caffeine so differently, and I am super fortunate that both of my babies are not, as of right now, affected by the level of caffeine that I consume. So by doing those two things, I'm totally fine every single day. If at any point Emma was like not napping as well or not sleeping through the night or like spitting up a lot or whatever the case may be, obviously that is one of the things that I would look at and try to cut back on. But knock on wood, as of now, it hasn't been a problem. So that's what I've been doing every single day. And Mama needs her energy. So I am super grateful that caffeine has not been a problem with both of my babies. Sometimes before I head to the gym, I will try to have like a little snack of some sort, like a granola bar or something, just to kind of like give me a little bit of fuel. Didn't really happen today. We're honestly now just trying to start the process of Emma even going down for crib naps at all. So the way we're trying to coordinate it right now is I am putting Emma down in her crib anywhere between like 11:15. I'm just feeding her and getting her into like a deep sleep while we're on the couch, and I'm watching Bluey with AJ, like I said to you guys, because we kind of do that to like unwind him a little bit. So we're doing that. I'm putting her into a deep sleep on the couch, quickly walking her upstairs, putting her down in her crib, back downstairs, kind of finishing the like watch Bluey, unwind process with AJ, and then putting him down for a nap. And it has been working out really, really well, because in the beginning, she was just screaming while I was putting AJ down for a nap, and it was literally breaking my heart. It was like ripping my heart in two. So this, I'm so glad that she's kind of getting into more of like a schedule now where we can put her down for a nap. She's content, she's safe, and then I can put him down for a nap. And then hopefully they both at least overlap their nap for anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. AJ could nap anywhere between an hour to 2.5 hours. It kind of just depends on the day. And then Emma is kind of hit or miss, same thing. I would say it's a minimum of 30 minutes she's been doing in her crib. And the longest she's done so far is about an hour, because we're still kind of building the habit of doing crib naps. But this is typically her best nap of the day. And then she'll just finish out whatever she needs left of her nap on either myself or Timmy, depending on who is home. Well, that's kind of what we've been doing. And then it allows this time right now as an opportunity for me to like go get a workout in, take a moment for myself, especially on a day like today where we're really fortunate and Timmy is working from home. So I have the opportunity to go sneak out for like an hour and a half during the day to go get a workout in, which is much needed for me. Was a fairly like normal lunch for us, where we did walk down to my parents' house. Like you guys know, my parents live like not even a half mile away from us. So we did walk down there and then we did lunch there. So for me, my parents, it's so great. I love it so much. My parents made me a salad. So my salad had chicken in it. It had carrots. It had onions, and maybe it had tomatoes, I don't know, and we added avocado, and then I just had some ranch dressing on top, which is a very normal lunch for me to make. Even if I was home, I'm probably making, if I'm making it for myself, I'm probably making a salad. If Timmy's making me lunch or something like that, I might have like a wrap, a quesadilla, something a little bit more fun. But if I'm making it for myself, it's most likely a salad. And then AJ, also very normal lunch for him. He had chicken nuggets, a variety of like fruit, like raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. And then he did have some of my avocado because he stole some from me and he really wanted it. And then he had this Annie's mac and cheese. We are literally obsessed with this mac and cheese. We get them in like the individual packages sometimes as well, where you just like microwave it, but this one you have to like cook on the stovetop. Not that there's anything wrong with like Kraft mac and cheese, but I just feel like it's cleaner. It has like cleaner ingredients, so it feels a little bit healthier. It's not as like greasy in my opinion. So that's what we've kind of been doing for him, and he really likes it. And since I typically end up at least eating a couple of bites of it, I like it, which is nice for me as well. Then we got back home a little bit ago. So it's now just about 5 o'clock, but we got back probably anywhere between like 30 to 40 minutes ago, and we just made smoothies, which you guys saw. So I've been trying, especially now that it's warm out, to do smoothies kind of in this like middle in between lunch and dinner snack time. We might still have other snacks as well, but definitely a smoothie. One, we've been getting outside so much more, going on walks, playing outside, so it's nice, kind of just like refreshing after all of that. But I also think it's just another good way, like I was saying, to like get fruits and veggies in if we wanted to do that as well. So in ours today, we have a frozen bag of fruit, which I have found to be so helpful. So one, you don't have to add a ton of ice, and two, fruit is just so freaking expensive. And so we go through a lot of fruit in general because we eat a lot of fruit, he eats a lot of fruit, but it's another nice way to like have fruit but not have to like physically be chopping fresh fruit every single time you want a smoothie, especially if you're doing it every single day. So we have a bag of raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries that I added in, and then I typically add a banana just for consistency, whether it's a full one or not, but I add some portion of a banana, and then you can put whatever milk you want to use in it as well. We just have whole milk because that's obviously what AJ drinks. So that's what was in that. And that's kind of what we did for our snack. We are going out shopping in a little bit, and then when we come back, we will cook and eat dinner. You're doing a great job. Mm-hmm. Now, whoa. What are the chickens seasoned with?
Figure it out yourself.
Timmy is obviously in the process of cooking dinner for us now. We got back from shopping a little bit ago. I forced him to film a little snippet of him chopping up some potatoes for us. So we are doing grilled chicken legs on the grill. He had it marinating in like Italian dressing for a good chunk of the day, so they're seasoned in that. And he did the roasted potatoes in the air fryer. And just depending on the day, home, how the kids are, what the vibes are, if we're outside, all of that, one of the two of us will cook every single night. And like I said, was saying to you guys earlier, we've been trying to be good, but just like prioritizing a balanced plate. I don't know if we're doing anything else besides the potatoes tonight. It might just be chicken legs and potatoes, but sometimes we do a salad, but I already had a salad for lunch today, so I'm not quite sure if I want another side salad. So it might truly just be chicken and potatoes.
Yeah, help your sister.
It is now 7:40 and we are doing like our bedtime unwind process for both of the babies. So Timmy just took AJ up to sleep, and then I have Emma. I kind of just hold her here on the couch right now until she's in a deep sleep, and then I bring her up to her bassinet next to our bed, and she typically, knock on wood, the past couple of nights has been totally fine being down in the bassinet until we go upstairs and join her around like 10:30-ish on a good night. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is the time of day, like the evening hours, when I tend to make quote unquote like poor nutrition choices. And I am never ever going to sit here and say that there are good and bad foods, because there are not, but there are certainly like nutritious foods and then less nutritious foods. And definitely at this time in the day, I am less likely to eat a fruit or a vegetable and more likely to have some snacky type foods. Here's the thing about me. I am a snacker. I just absolutely love to snack. I really do. I love a snack. I love salty snacks. I love sweet snacks. I could just sit here and I could snack all night long. And I really did not snack a lot today, so I have a feeling I'm going to be in a snacky mood later after I like shower and unwind and just have a moment to like sit on the couch and watch some TV and chill for a second. So I'm not gonna lie, this is typically the time of day that I make the less nutritious food choices, and I'll have some ice cream, or I'll have chips or things like that. Like I tend to eat more of that type of food, and that's totally fine. I think for me, I was so restrictive with myself for so long when I was in college, and I didn't even really realize that I was doing it. And I like cut out bread and cut out food groups and was so obsessive over what I ate and how much I exercised that now I really try to just like give myself grace. And if I'm in the mood for something, I'm going to allow myself to eat it. So if that means that tonight what I'm in the mood for, I already know it. Tonight what I'm in the mood for is some cookie dough. We have cookie dough and so I'm definitely gonna have some cookie dough, and then I'm sure after that I'm going to want a salty treat as well, and I'll share it with you guys because this is just all about transparency here. I could have perfectly planned my meals out, what I was making, and that way it was like a perfect day of eating. This is just the reality of eating for me, and it's especially the reality of eating now having 2 children, is that during the day, for the most part, I do make really good conscious decisions on what I am eating, and I try to just prioritize nutritious meals. However, there are often many days where lunch is kind of just thrown together, especially if I am home and he's awake, or depending on what the vibes are. I love to eat more nutritious foods, but sometimes it is more of like a snack plate. Sometimes it is just like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese that he's eating at the same time. Like, it really is just about what makes the most sense right now. I try to make good choices as best as I can, but by the end of the day, typically I do just want snacky type foods, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that because I'm not going to deprive myself of those foods. That's kind of where we're at right now. I'm definitely not restricting myself at all, but one of the biggest things that I am prioritizing right now is getting enough water in every single day, because especially breastfeeding, I want to make sure that I'm hydrated enough, but also that I'm making enough milk. So I'm trying to drink, I have a Simple Modern. I have a 40-ounce Simple Modern. I'm trying to drink at least 3 or 4 of them every single day, which honestly for me is not a problem. I actually enjoy drinking water. Get 1 in before my workout, 1 during my workout, and then just 2 the remainder of the day, since I'm typically done working out by around midday, to like the remainder of the day. And that way, like when I have my chai and I have my Alani, like I have balanced it out with enough water as well. So definitely trying to prioritize getting enough water in, and I'm trying to prioritize getting enough protein in as well, which I already told you guys. I'm just trying to be realistic with myself in this season of being postpartum, where as much as I want to eat clean and I want to eat healthy and I want to lose a little bit of weight and I want to gain muscle back, I also am raising 2 children. I'm up sometimes multiple times at night. I am breastfeeding. So while I do want to still prioritize good, clean, healthy eating, at the end of the day, sometimes it's just about convenience. Sometimes it's just about being realistic. So I'm trying to put as little pressure on myself as I can, while also trying to get as many whole foods as I can through the course of the day. It can be so easy to watch videos of what I eat in a day and be like, oh my god, they ate so perfect all day long. And I can promise you, because I've done it in the past, a lot of times it is just perfectly planned out what they're eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, all of that. So it's the best, healthiest, nutritious options. And honestly, I just wanted to pick up the camera having zero expectations of what I was going to eat that day and just film a very honest, realistic day right now as a mom of 2 who is trying to be healthy but also just trying to live a balanced life. I'm gonna put her down in a few minutes, unwind, and then I'll show you guys what I am up to for my snackies. Number 1 of the night, this eat or bake cookie dough. I'm gonna say it, I think that sometimes just eating the cookie dough is better than the actual cookies. I'm gonna say it, and I'm having 2, because if you are just eating 1 piece of cookie dough, you have a lot more self-control than I do. Yep. It is now 9:50 and Emma has been moving around for quite a little bit. She's not necessarily crying, but she's just not super settled. So I'm going to kind of just head to bed now, feed her, put her back down, and then kind of probably just chill, maybe scroll on TikTok for a little bit before I go to bed. But I figured I would wrap up the video here. I did, after that cookie dough, as expected, have some Cheez-Its, and that rounded up our full day of eating. I feel like there may come a time where I decide I want to track calories, I want to track macros again, I want to be more intentional, and I want to be more intentional about my nutrition. But right now where I'm at, especially postpartum, especially just trying to get back into the swing of things, trying to navigate life as a mom of 2, I'm just putting very minimal pressure on myself, and just knowing that I see the most results when I try to lead the most balanced life as possible, and I give myself a little bit of everything, because I have found for myself, when I obsess over something, then I will like binge on that thing that I cannot have. Like if I tell myself that I cannot have ice cream, I will think about it until I eventually have it, and then I will have all the ice cream instead of just doing a little bit every single night. So it's something that has been working for me for literally probably the past 5 years since I graduated college, and it's been working for me so far. So that's what I've been continuing to do. But who knows, maybe if there's ever a day when I want to be like more intentional, more strict about my goals and my nutrition, I could track calories and macros again. But as of right now, I have no intention of doing that. So just intuitively eating and eating whatever feels good for my body right now, but trying to prioritize healthy meals as best as possible. But if you like this video, please make sure you go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. You already know it supports my channel. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you never miss another video that I post. If you haven't, make sure you follow me on my Instagram and TikTok so you can see all the face health and lifestyle content I post on there. And I will catch you guys here next time.